this is Corinne. Welcome to Purge of the Serpentholds. This is Season 1, Episode 1. I'm happy to see you all here. Um, this is the first episode. Before we dig into um, really getting in to know the characters and things like that, I do want to introduce the world a little bit. So the world in this game is Scarred Lands. Scarred Lands is a 5e setting that was originally released for Pathfinder. Onyx Path Publishing has revitalized and re-released this setting with expanded content and updates. On the whole, this setting is heavily inspired by Greek and Roman mythology, and the present world is about 150 years out of a massive war between the Titans and the gods, which changed the face of Skarn, which is the world forever. During this war, numerous new types of beings were created to fight on the sides of the Titans. Although the Titans were creators, most were anything but benevolent, and before long, many of these new creations redeemed themselves and fought on the side of the gods who sought to create a fairer world for all. The gods and the Redeem won, scattering, banishing, and otherwise dethroning the Titans. Unfortunately, the Titans are unkillable, dismembering, tearing them in half, chaining them to the bottom of the sea. They still live and affect the world even though they have lost control. Some still follow them, clinging to the old ways, but Denev, the Earth Mother, is the only Titan that most of society deems appropriate to worship. Denev fought on the side of the gods during the war, and her people, the elves and other like races, fought in her name. This world is divided and damaged, which makes heroes all the more important. If the summary has piqued your interest, you can find physical copies of Scarred Lands Player's Guide on Indie Press Revolution. We'll post the link in the chat. And you can request them from your friendly local gaming shop if they don't already carry it. I will post a link in chat as well. If you're lucky, we'll be raffling off one of the copies of Scarred Lands Player's Guide at the end of this session. A physical copy is available to U.S. residents, and if a non-U.S. resident wins, they will get a copy of the Player's Guide PDF, as well as the newly released Yugman's Guide to Gelspad Part 1 PDF through DriveThruRPG, so all you need is a DriveThruRPG account. The keyword to enter the drawing is !Scarn, no capitals, and we'll be drawing the winner at the end of the show. The only requirements for entry are being active and present in the chat, and sticking around till the end of the session. Without further ado, I would like to pass the torch to my players. Go around, give your names, pronouns, and a brief character overview. We'll start with Rune and go from there.
Hey everybody, my name is Rune. I'll be playing Marigold, who is a Drendali bard. So yeah, that's me. He, him, by the way.
Very nice. Candy, you're next.
Hi, my name is Candy. She, her pronouns. I am playing Kylowick Thorncraft, also known as Kai, who is a halfling paladin, also she, her pronouns.
Alrighty. Very nice, very nice. Next we have Shawnee.
I am Shawnee. I'm going to be playing a female Manticora, she, her, and I'm going to be a ranger.
Very nice, very nice. Megan, you are up next.
Hello, my name is Megan. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character. Her name is Kervin. She is a Triton monk.
And then, last but not least, we have Hiromi.
Hey, I'm Hiromi. They, them pronouns. I am playing Zasa, a Asathi wizard.
Very nice.
This is Apsa.
And with the wonderful hat. But yeah, that is all the characters. I hope everyone's going to have fun today. We can certainly jump right in. Does anybody have any questions before we go? I know we talked about stuff beforehand, but if you have any last questions, now is the time. I think we're good. Let me post this link real fast. Whoops, I put a little bit extra in there. That's okay. Oh, that was not the link I meant to post. Let's try that one more time, friends. This is what I need to copy. This is the player's guide. It is now in chat. Alrighty. Anyway, where this story starts is at Nervous Nellie's pub. Nell's is a hole in the wall pub, hardly large enough to fit the revolving door of adventurers going in and out. The path towards it is trodden and trampled, the earth hard packed and clear of debris. A scuffed but well tended stone path leads to the entrance. Although the rough hewn wood of the walls is old, it is somehow cleaner than that of any building around it. One can assume that the owner of this establishment takes great pride in their small piece of Canton Town. Each of you has heard of Nervous Nellies, as locals call it, but never to her face. But none of you have ever been inside until today. Maybe you've come bringing a story to tell. If you have, there's a free round on the line for the best. Maybe you've come seeking stories as inspiration for future heroic deeds. Or maybe, just maybe, you're here for some more mysterious purpose. Regardless, Nels welcomes you with open arms. Loud, crowded arms. In fact, stepping inside is like hitting a wall of sound. If the word around town is true, the chatting voices only fall silent when an adventurer steps onto a table with a new, gripping tale. You would have to do something brave, stupid, or strange to draw attention to yourself here. Some have tried all three simultaneously and still not managed to quell the clamor. And that is where I will show the pub to everyone, so give me just 1 minute while I do that. Alrighty. Boop, boop, boop. If you go to the Roll20, you should now see Nels. Alrighty. So
it's very crowded. You were not kidding.
It's incredibly crowded. This is Nels. There's literally almost no room to walk here. Anybody? Is there anybody who thinks they would already be in the bar right now, or is everyone going to arrive as we kind of go?
I'd already be in the bar.
Okay, so you should, yeah, you should be able to just drag your token and put it wherever you think you would be.
You make my token a little smaller. I am gigantor size.
Oh yes, you are. You're quite large. Let me fix that. Boop.
Where am I?
That'll do.
Okay, there you go. You should be.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah. I was using Marigold's token to size the one for Caravan. Alrighty. So if you think you're already inside, you can put yourself wherever you think you would be. You should have control of your token. If you don't, let me know. And if you are going to arrive, then you can just wait outside. So whatever works best for you.
Is that an upstairs or a downstairs that I see on the right?
That is a downstairs, but you can't go there right now.
It is forbidden.
It is forbidden. Basically, employees only. Pretend there's a little sign, employees only.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will, of course, respect that rule.
There's
I
a
feel
cat
like...
out here. Look, there's a cat right there.
Oh my gosh. Can we take it with us? Do you think it has an owner?
I mean, you probably could take it with you. I don't know. You can give it a name.
Party pet?
You can. If you want to have a party pet, we can take this cat with us. The cat is on the token layer, so it can move around.
Oh no, it's running away.
Okay. So, if everybody is where they would be, as the people who are not inside get to the pub, you see two figures kind of arguing as they are leaving. You don't get a whole lot of information, but if anybody wants to roll like a perception check, I guess, to just like kind of gather the conversation from what little you can get from these two people who are just arguing as they walk by. Okay, we got a 6 and a 9.
Nice.
Nice. Alrighty. So with a 9, you get kind of an idea. It sounds like they're talking about someplace called the Warring Woods. One of them, this guy here, he really doesn't want to go there. And this guy here, let me ping it. He wants to go. But that's all you're able to gather, is that these two people, one of them wants to go to a place and the other does not want to go. And then they walk away. There is some family resemblance between them, and that is about it. Let me move them to GM layer. Okay, so they're gone. Now you can kind of commence doing whatever you want. Once you go into... Oh, there's my dog. She's a loud girl. So you can, anybody who's already in the bar, if you have something specific you'd like to do. So right now I see that Shaho and Kai are at the bar. Are you trying to get a drink? Are you, casing the scene? What are you doing?
I'd like a drink.
Okay. Alrighty. So, which one of the are you trying to get a particular bartender's attention, or are you just waiting for them to notice
Whoever
you?
will pay attention to me.
Okay. Okay. So, Nell. You can assume this is Nell. She has an air of authority about her. She steps up to you and she's like, "Oh, what can I get ya?"
I'm kind of new to the area, so what is the most affordable local drink?
Oh, well, we have ales, we have some mead. Kind of depends on what your poison is.
I'll have the mead.
Mead? Alrighty, one mead coming up. She brings you over a mead. Um, if you'd like, you can roll a perception to try and learn a little bit more about her. Or you can, just drink your mead in peace.
I'll drink my mead in peace.
Okay.
All right. And I've been here for a minute, so I already have like a cup of ale.
Okay.
And I've been people watching
Okay.
at the moment, seeing if anybody interesting is around.
Okay. I think first off, you might notice the other bartender, the one with the massive cleaver. They don't actually have that massive cleaver, but it's the best way to differentiate them.
Okay.
The other bartender is a halfling like yourself. And they seem kind of gruff. But you might have something in common with them if you want to strike up conversation. There's also, just various people around the bar. Sitting next to you are two people who look like they're probably from Calastia. You might recognize, their armor and things like that. So let me know if you want to talk to them. But on the whole, that's kind of the the people in your immediate surroundings that you might be drawn to. Unless there's someone in particular that's really calling your name, then I can give more information about them.
Okay. The person that is right next to me, to my left, because I'm actually from Celestia too.
Okay, so
Even
this
though it's
person right here.
been a minute.
Okay.
Yes. And so we're not in Celestia, right?
Correct. We are in
Right. Okay.
Ledian right now.
Okay.
Or well, a Ledian place.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I say, oh, I recognize your armor. How long have you? How long has it been since you've been home?
Oh, it's been a while. My boyfriend and I, we were there. We were part of the army, but it wasn't really working out. And you would notice that this person, he has a manacle around his wrist, and there is a chain weapon attached to it. So it seems that if you would be familiar with other, like Calastian fighting classes, you might recognize this as being a Way of the Sacred Chain monk.
Oh wow.
Which they fight with a spiked chain that is always attached to them, which is pretty cool, but also I think would get in the way a lot. And as you're speaking with this monk, the fellow beside him kind of leans over, and you can tell that they're probably like a half orc of some sort, but you're not entirely sure. This person doesn't give you a whole lot of idea of what kind of adventuring they've been doing. But he kind of leans over, slings an arm over the monk, and is like, "Ash, you made a friend!" And he would hold out his hand to you. Do you shake it?
Magic.
I do shake it, yes.
Alrighty.
I
So,
say,
oh, go ahead.
and I say, nice to meet you. My name is Kai. I see your friend here is a monk, and I actually had a friend that taught me some how to use a spike chain. So if you notice, I do have a spike chain. It's not on my wrist because I'm not that order of monk, but it is on my side.
Oh, well, you and Ash will have a lot in common then. I'm Drexel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Drexel.
What brings you to Nels? I mean, I don't think I've seen you here before.
I have not been here before. I just arrived in town a couple hours ago. Been doing a lot of traveling, and so decided I needed to come in and and get a drink and see who I can meet here.
Well, Nels is happy to have you. Isn't that right, Nell? And he kind of yells, and Nell's like, "Yeah, yes, sure thing." She's clearly very busy serving, all of the different patrons. Um, but yeah, it seems like Ash and Drexel are plenty nice folks. They're happy to keep chatting with you. You can learn a little about them if you like. But we will switch to a different party member. Who wants to do something next? Who's going in? Who's scouting out?
Zasa, I don't think this cat's gonna come with us.
I think you're right. So they have potions here? What?
Oh, I bet you
What
it's
is this?
booze. It's probably booze. It's real loud though, and she's going to kind of chase the cat and get distracted by the open door and look inside. Oh my gosh, Sasa, it's like really crowded. Do you want to go in or?
Well, I haven't been before, so
That can't possibly be true.
no, I've scouted around the outside of this place and took measurements, including
you meant in
ambient
here.
noise. But
I thought you meant you never been to like a tavern before, and
oh,
I know better than that. Full
I see.
cons.
No, I've
Okay,
been
well,
here and into taverns, just not this one.
We'll come inside then. I don't know if there are any seats available. We might have to shove some people around. It'll be okay. And she's gonna scoot her way in.
I'll leave the shoving to you.
She will gently make a path for herself and Zasa. Oh gosh, who is this person to my left here? Is this someone who is working here?
Oh yeah. So this is just a, like kind of a cleaning girl. She's sweeping. If you get her attention, she'd definitely be able to help you if you had questions. But she's just a sweeper.
Okay.
You're
Kevin's
doing
not
a good job.
You're doing good work here. Kara's not the tallest person, so she's going to gently tap the worker on the shoulder to get their attention. Do you know if there are any other seats available? I don't see any open tables.
Oh well, we're pretty full here today, but I do see some open seats over there. By the Iron Bread, and oh, let's see here. You could shove over. That fine druid lady. She's got a chair beside her. So you just kind of gotta make room. We're packed to the gills here. Oh, no offense with the gills comment.
Yeah, that was a little. It's you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Just like Zasa said, you're doing good work here and you're doing your best. That's fine. All
Oh,
right,
thank you so much, dear. Yeah, just pull up a chair anywhere. You can sit on a table too, or you can just stand. I know there's some people just standing. We got lots of folks tonight.
Sit on a table, like where
Oh,
people are eating. Just put.
yeah, people step on these tables all the time.
Do they get cleaned?
Oh, yeah, I clean them every night. Or I can say I clean them more if that'll help you.
No, I value honesty in a person. That's fine. I'll just thank you. I'm gonna make my way this way, and she will go over here and ask this person if they don't mind scooting over so they could have a couple seats together.
So this person will turn around, and you'll see that they are a bard. They have like a lute like in their arms. Um, oh, hello. Oh yeah, I can definitely move over. That's not a problem at all. Welcome to Nell's. We've got room to spare. Take a seat. Have you ever been here before? I've never seen you before.
Me or Zasa?
Both of you. You're both new.
Am I new? I guess I am. I don't know. If I have been here, it's been a long time.
Well, I know I haven't seen you before, and I know everyone. My name is Marcavius. Welcome. Take a seat.
She will absolutely do that. Marcavius.
Thank you.
So, Marcavius, as a regular here, since Dasa's never been, what do you recommend that we get?
Well, it really depends on, what your poison is. The mead here's good. I've got some fine wine. Personally, I love a good Ledian Scotch. It's tasty, smoky. It gets the old throat working. And you see that Marcavius throws up a hand, and you see Nell kind of make her way over. Clearly, she probably knows Marcavius pretty well because in Nell's hand there is just a Scotch, and you see that get put down.
Oh, that is such a neat trick. Can you do that like 2 more times?
Oh, you think you want one too?
Yeah.
You know what? Sure. And then Marcavius throws up two fingers, and Nell like comes back a little bit exasperated, like she's like puffing her hair out of her face, like you couldn't have just okay, fine, here you go. And she sets 2 more down and then goes back, and
Thank you.
she's
You're
like,
doing fine work.
thanks. You can tell she's like very distracted. She's like taking orders as she goes, like trying to shove her way through, like almost falling down some stairs. Just it's very busy. And she goes back.
Caravan will lean over to Zasa and just like whisper to her, I think Marcavius just put that on their tab. I don't think we're going to have to pay for this.
Ah. That was nice of them.
But maybe it wasn't intentional. I think we should just...
Oh, dishonesty.
No, that's not what I mean. Subtlety, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so
I think I understand the plan.
as you're enjoying your drink, we'll go back to Shaho. Shaho, are you gonna talk to anybody else? Get another drink? Have any grand plans?
Yes, I'm going to talk to Kai. It seems like you are making lots of friends.
Oh, that's what I do around here, around anywhere, anyway.
So you are familiar with here?
No, I just like making friends. I'm Kai. Who are you?
I'm Shaho. I'm new to here as well.
Awesome. I don't think you look familiar, but do you do a lot of traveling?
A lot of traveling.
Maybe I've run across you at some point.
Probably.
Okay. Cool. What are you doing in town?
Just passing through like normal.
Okay. Same here. Trying to find the next cool thing to do. Maybe there's a festival going on, or something to get into.
Is that what you normally do?
Yeah. I like helping people, like going to festivals and having fun, just meeting people.
And as you're chatting, you see somebody else enters the bar. Marigold, you're up.
I sent you a quick question.
Oh, let me check it. Gotta get to Zoom. That is up to you. If you've been here a lot, they might remember you. If you haven't been here a lot, they might not. So, a decision up for you to make.
All right. So, the door flings itself open, And in strides, absolutely just aware he's the centerpiece of the room, strides a 6.5 foot tall Drindali, lute on his back, flute in his pocket, rapier at his side. He throws his arms wide to the ground and says, "Hello, darlings, I'm home." Looks around and see if anybody actually notices him.
Wait,
Uh,
so there are rooms here? This I thought this was a tavern, not a dormitory.
Maybe
Is
they're
it both?
downstairs.
They should have a separate entrance.
Yeah, maybe they do in the back.
This is bad planning.
So much for making an entrance.
you do
Oh,
see,
I know him. I've seen him at lots of places performing.
Me too. That's so man. Wow. Okay, looks like we're kind of on the same track here for some reason.
you do see that Marcavius, the fellow bard, does like finger guns from across the room towards you, Marigold. Like, hey, who's in the house? Marigold's in the house.
I am absolutely in the house, darling. It's been so long. How have you been? I'm going to just saunter over to him and deposit myself on top of the table and just drape myself over towards him. Hello, it's been so long. How are you?
I am fantastic. Do you want a whiskey?
Absolutely.
I've been getting scotches all around.
You know what? A scotch sounds absolutely delightful.
Marcavius throws up hands again, and this time Nell is like, seriously? What even?
Hello, Nell. It's been a while.
Oh, Marigold, you're back.
Yes,
I
am.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
You look absolutely radiant, darling. Are you doing something new with your skin?
Oh, well, you know, I work here every day, and I sleep. Those are the things I do basically. So no.
Obviously, they're
It's
working
good to have
for
routine.
Well,
Right.
thank you. I did bring the scotch. I know that's why I'm really here. And she gives a full round of scotch. It seems Marcavius is picking up the tab.
You're here to brighten every occasion. This town would not be the same without this pub or without you, darling.
Nell is like, "Oh, you flatter me. You flatter me." And she, goes back and you see her whisper something to the halfling that is behind the bar as well.
So, at this table with me are Zasa and
That would be
Caravan.
Kevin, right. So I'm draped across the table.
I think as I
Just
saw you
in
approaching,
your
I just like
space.
grabbed my drink and pulled it back.
Marcavius, you've been making friends. Well, these two delightful people.
Oh, well, I just met them, but they are a blast. We have been having quite the time. I know I got your names, but I've been drinking a little bit. Go again, please. What are they?
I'm Caravan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And you, my delightfully scaled individual with that is just the most cunning hat.
Thank you. My name is Zasa.
Zasa. Pleasure.
Yes.
Marigold. I'm a bard. Marcavius and
Good
I
to
go
meet you.
way back.
Oh, yes, we were in school together, all around the old schoolyard. We put on quite the shows back in the day.
Speaking of shows, have you heard from that halfling?
I haven't, not recently.
You know, she just wasn't the same since the accident, but poor dear, it can't be helped. Well,
It really can't. It's a tough world, We
it
do
is.
our best, and I think about that way too much.
Life's a stage and everybody's got a rotten tomato.
Ah, very true. Oh, I've missed your witty repartee, Marigold.
And I've missed your scotch and your extensive bar tab.
That's why I have friends. And then Marcavius would point out, towards Shaho and be like, come on, join the party. Hey, and you over there. Come on. And she would also point towards Kai, like, bring it in, it's a party.
Erin just scoots her chair back closer to the wall. She's starting to get crowded in.
Hello. I just wanted to say, Marigold, I've seen you around, and one of your fans.
Oh, I do recognize you. A very distinctive Shaho, wasn't it?
Yes.
It's good to see you again.
Oh,
I've
it's always
actually.
great to see you.
Mhm.
Where was the last time I saw you? Wasn't that in that little? I
It's
forgot the
like
name. They all blend together.
it's this very small tavern, and you kind of just made the atmosphere.
Well, aren't you charming? Well, it wasn't my finest performance, but I'm so glad you appreciated it. It means
I've
so
actually
much to
seen a
me.
couple of your performances, and none of them are bad.
Really? Oh, well. A little bit of practice, a little bit of luck.
And
And what is
Kai,
this?
who had been like hovering, because she gets like super quiet, like she's like super talkative with everybody, but she gets like super quiet as she kind of hovers a bit in the area, and she goes, "Hi, um, I've seen you in a few places as well, and I haven't met you yet though." And so I thought I would actually meet you today.
I
My
likes
name
making
is
friends.
Kai.
Hello. Marigold, and I don't think I've seen you before, but my memory is just a little bit faulty.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm a little small, so um, sometimes I'm a little hard to see. It's okay.
Small, but I imagine mighty of heart.
Oh, of course, of course. One day maybe you'll get to see. She's
Um,
just like super quiet.
you actually see the iron bread that is sitting next to Marcavius, who stayed pretty silent, just kind of staring into his drink. As you say, small but mighty of heart, he raises his glass, and oddly enough, most of the bar falls silent. He might be someone of a bit of regard. And he's like, "To the small but mighty of heart." And then you hear that like echoed throughout the room. Various people are like, "To the small but mighty of heart." To the small but mighty of heart. Just kind of like all around the room. And they all toast. It's almost as if this is something they've done before.
The
But
small but mighty of heart. Sure,
yeah.
why not?
And
Did I just
and he
join a cult?
Cheers.
Is that
and he
Investigating
specifically
a cult at the very least.
goes around and tries to clink all of your glasses, as much as he can reach. Just clinking everyone's glass. And then Marcavius is like, "Red, I'm so glad you decided to join the conversation. Aren't our friends lovely?" And Red's like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna drink some more." And just keeps drinking. As that's happening, you kind of saw that whole toast go around. So it is obvious that you can get attention drawn to yourself here if you're someone who has either been here a lot or someone who has a bit of a presence. But you see over here that there is a halfling who has stepped up onto the table, and he is trying to tell a tale. He has some sort of brave tale to tell, but thus far no one's really paying attention to him. It's almost like him standing on the table, he's still not tall enough to get everyone's attention, even though he is towering still. But it's just there's something about him isn't getting that attention, even though he's trying. Does anyone want to go hear his story, or
It sounds like there's a story being told.
Well, I can't quite hear anything actually, but I'm rather loud. Let me see if I can do something about this. I'll mosey over to him.
Yeah, we're gonna head over.
alrighty? So once you all get there, you see that this halfling looks kind of like a pirate. Like they have a cutlass. They have he has a like a kind of like a belt, like a sash. That's what I'm looking for. He has a sash. It looks like he came right from the ocean. He even kind of still smells salty. He's standing on the table, and he's talking about giant octopuses. The closer you get, you kind of start hearing more of what he's saying, and it goes something like this. And as the great swell of the ocean crashed upon my ship, did I give up? Never. No, not once did I think it. Instead, I had the sea on my side. Things were looking rocky, but I was ready. I gathered it deep within myself, the sea, the feeling of the sea, and I became a giant octopus. And I leapt into the surf, and he kind of just keeps going on. He seems to be talking about turning into a giant octopus. You don't know his name yet, but he's telling some sort of probably interesting story. Now that some people are paying attention to him, since you've come over, you kind of see Ash and Drexel, turn around to listen, and this guy over here is just totally unconscious, so he doesn't notice anything. And this person over here, they start to draw interest. So he's drawing a little bit of a crowd. But it doesn't seem like it's enough to get the whole bar's attention like what Red did.
Interesting.
Is that guy bragging about turning into sushi?
I'm sorry. What?
I think he's another one of these small but mighty.
Oh, okay. Man, this is a
Hi,
weird
can you
call.
turn into an octopus?
No.
Well, that would be rather
That's-
impressive.
That's really weird.
Is this person's story, the halfling on the table, is it significantly interesting? Is it actually fascinating, or is he a fairly droll orator?
I think his story has points of interest, like the fact that he turned into a giant octopus, and as he's going on, he's saying that he like capsized the enemy ship and things like that, and and as he goes, he's like, and they never forgot the name of Belmont, and you can assume that's his name, but it seems like even though this sounds like an impressive story, a lot of people have seemingly heard better. Like they're not that invested in it. As much bravado as he has, there's better stories.
Well, performance takes time and practice. He'll get the knack of it, or he won't.
I try to get his attention, being small and on the floor, and he's on the table. But I go, hey, come here.
As he's talking, grandiose gestures, he sees you and he's like, oh, yes, what? And he kind of crouches down.
Did you really turn into an octopus?
I did, and it was glorious. Oh, it was a
Do you
sight
happen
to
to know what
behold.
species of octopus you turned into?
Oh, the big kind. I'm
Can
not
you
an
do it again?
oceanographer. Well, not right now. There's no water. Take me
That
to
would
the
be
ocean.
very harmful.
In the ocean, I can turn into an octopus, but here, no, probably not. I mean, there's literally no water, and octopus can walk on land, I hear, but I think I'd be very mushy.
Interesting.
It's something I'd like to see.
Actually,
Yeah.
I am rather curious. If you're trying to get their attention, darling, you have to do
I would
something
like to study
new.
it.
Can I make it? Is he telling the truth?
Do an insight check for me.
Okay.
It matters if it's true. It's interesting.
That's probably not very good. That is a hold on. Insight. That is an 8. Sorry, 11. 11.
Okay, 11. That's not bad. So you
Zasa believes him.
Zasa very much believes him. What you can tell with an 11 is that while parts of the story are definitely true, there's probably some embellishment going on. You can't tell how much is true, but he probably turned into an octopus, maybe. But he probably also didn't capsize the ship and wasn't large enough to do so. So the tales of his glory are vastly, overrated.
Yeah. Kai gives him a little side eye.
And as he can tell, like his story really isn't taking hold, and people just want to see him turn into an octopus. He kind of shuffles around a little bit. You see him like accidentally kick over a glass, and he's like, well, I can't hear. It's there's no water, and you need the
We
water.
can get you a bucket.
No,
Do you want a bucket?
it must be seawater. I need the sea. I am.
There's probably salt here. We can make it salt water.
Excuse me. My ride's here, and he leaves.
You didn't specify what size ship yet. Oh,
And he
There's
just
so
my
many
date isn't
details.
complete.
I know.
and
Yeah.
he books it. He's clearly a little bit embarrassed.
Surprising.
after that clamor, kind of quiets down, it seems like everyone's going back to their business. No more grand toasts, but everybody's just telling their own stories, drinking. You see some people playing cards. It looks like the people over here are like planning something. Um, they have a map on the table. But what catches your interest more is what's going on over here behind you. Um, as you are, talking or drinking, whatever it is you're doing now, you hear the Asathi who are over there speaking, in a low tone, um, and you hear, "Tell us. We know you know. We saw you searching." And then you see that the person they're talking to, the elf, she's not really giving them the time of day. She's not even looking at them. She's just looking outside towards, uh as if she can see this tree right here. There's not a window though. She's just kind of staring at the wall, which is weird, but she's just completely ignoring them. And, they start getting more insistent, and you just hear, "Tell us. Seriously, what do you gain from not telling us? You're not going to get out if you're alive." And that's when you see one of the Asathi pull a sword.
Oh, look out.
Yeah, I want to stand up at that and just like make my way over, acting like I've had way more than one scotch. Oops, my token ran away from me, so don't mind me going across the tavern.
That's
Using
exactly.
a trackpad. It gets a little unwieldy.
That's the route she took. That's definitely the route she
she's
took.
Like, whoa, hi guys. She's just gonna walk up and slam her glass down right on the table in this space in between them. Oh my god, I have a friend who's an Asathi. You guys probably don't know each other, but
Thank you for recognizing that.
Yeah,
Don't all know each other.
I'm not racist. Gosh. But I just get really excited, and she'll switch to the Asathi language. I don't get to like practice this a lot outside of just with Zasa, and I just it's really good.
You see the Asathi trying to cut you off, like he's very confused, and he's like, "We are busy," and he switches over to Asathi, and he is just talking to the other Asathi, and you're able to learn that this one is named Nalasi, and this one is named Silas, and they're just kind of trying to shove you out of the way, and like they move you just a little bit, like a skosh.
Guys, you don't go into a public place to have a private conversation. That's really rude, and I don't want to have a problem with you guys, but if you're wanting to have secrets, you need to go outside. It is way too crowded for you to just be claiming space for yourself. I don't think so.
Oh boy. Does anybody know what she's saying? Because I can't understand a word.
I'm gonna stand on the table for a better vantage point.
I scoot over to make room for you because I'm still sprawled on it.
And as Caravan is, kind of scolding these two hooligans, they both draw swords now, and one is pointed directly at Caravan, and the other is kind of wavering between Zasa and Kai, just kind of not sure which one to hold the sword on. But it seems like you're all, getting close, interfering in this business. Oddly enough, the elf is just not even really watching. She's just kind of sitting there ignoring what's going on still, even though it's kind of turning into a scene. The others in the bar aren't really paying attention either. It seems that a bar fight isn't that weird. And they're gonna let the newbies handle it. So I would like you all to roll for initiative. Let me get the thing up.
Oh wait, how do I? Let's see if I'm rolling on here.
Goodness,
Nice,
it won't.
Shaho.
Let's see.
It's not letting me.
Mm-mm.
Did I already
If you
have
have
it?
your token,
Oh, there it is.
clicked and
Haha.
you do it. It'll go up.
Okay.
Yikes.
Wow. All right then.
All these early people.
Why won't it do? Let me do this. I accidentally clicked on. There we go. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I actually need to get the turn order up. order. Why is it doing this? I've never had this problem before. Hey, Megan, you may know this.
Yes.
The turn order is up, but it's like on the GM layer, which is something I've never seen. Like it's there, but it's not letting me.
That's really weird. We can see it just fine on our screen.
Oh, okay, so you can see it.
We can
I
see
can
it.
see it.
Okay,
I
'cause
need to
I
add it to
can't
my
see it.
token though.
So what?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say what you can do is if you can see the turn order, I can't, which is weird. I'm gonna have to refresh. Click your character and then roll initiative again, and then we can just give you whatever initiative is better. I'll let you pick, considering it's acting a little weird. So
She got a nat 20 last time. I think she's gonna.
yeah, you're gonna want to keep that. So I'm gonna refresh because I can't roll initiative for my bad guys here. Yeah, I was
Now
like,
you should be able to click on your initiative and edit it to go back to what your original score was.
there we go. It's here
Nice.
now. Cool.
Oh.
Awesome, because that was not working right. Okay. Okay, let's roll your initiative.
Got it.
Oh my god. Okay.
You're busy.
Public roll.
I'm not sure about the rolling on here if I'm doing it correctly, but I rolled on my dice and I'm like, okay, I should try to do it on here with everybody in the turn order. And I rolled the exact same thing.
It's just the luck of the die.
Oh, mine went
Right?
back to 917.
Okay, so
Is
what should it
meant
be?
you edit it?
Oh,
It
it should
should-
be 23 something.
2317.
There you go. Is everybody's correct now? Did everybody look good?
I mean, good is up to.
think so.
That's a
Yeah.
judgment call, but it does.
That's
look
very
correct.
true. That's very true. As long as it's correct. Okay. Nope. Need to switch it to ascending. There we go. Alrighty. So Shaho, you are up first. You see that Silas and Nalasi are ready to fight. They haven't done anything yet because you are faster, but they are ready to hurt these new strangers you've become friends with.
Okay. Do you wish to do us harm?
Well, I'm certainly not just doing this for fun. And you see, that was Silas. He thrusts his sword forward a little bit, just threatening. Like he means business.
All right. Well, I'm up on the table. I'm gonna do a longbow. I'm gonna fire an arrow.
Alrighty, go for it.
Well, that's
Unfortunately, that
that's
won't
just
hit.
my damage, or is it my roll?
It should be a roll up top. I am seeing. Yeah, it
Gotcha.
looked like you rolled only like a 3.
It's
so
a warning shot.
it strikes the side of the bar and sticks in the wood. Silas looks a little bit shaken, but he also can't really tell if you meant to do that. Zasa, you're up.
Have you heard of the one? Sorry, no. What do you call a thief's makeup? A rouge. Hideous laughter.
Okay. So I need to do a wisdom throw.
Thanks. I
Yes,
hate
wisdom
it.
saving throw. Okay. Let me get back their character sheet. Okay.
Alright, I'll do this.
Okay, so 14, that was for Silas. Does this go for both of them or just one of them?
Just one of them.
Okay, so was that to Silas?
DC 13. So
Okay, so yeah, Silas is like, I've heard better jokes, and he just kind of brushes it off. Okay, so then we go to Silas. He's ready to fight. So Silas is still going to go after, the person who started all this, which is Caravan. Or, in his mind. And so he pulls, he has a sword drawn and he tries to strike with it.
Come at me, bro.
So it's an 8. I doubt that hits you.
It does not.
So he goes to swing and he just whiffs it. He hits the air. He might even get a little bit of your hair or something, but he doesn't hit you.
That is way harsh and uncalled for. You're gonna get bounced.
I don't even understand what that means. And it's your turn, Caravan.
I am deeply offended, and I'm gonna turn around and slap him right across the face with my really long fingernails. That's an 11. It probably doesn't actually hurt much.
It does not hit, or well, it does, but it kind of just scritches across his mail, like because he has like a kind of like a scale mail on, and it makes a really bad sound, and he winces, but it doesn't actually hurt him. It's more just annoying.
Gross.
Marigold.
Oh goodness. I'm just sitting back on the table watching all of this. Oh. Hell. Alright. Going to look at Silas. So I tilt my head to the side. Excuse me. I've got one for you. A 3-legged dog walks into a tavern, says, I'm looking for the man who shot my paw. Hideous laughter.
Oh, goodness. Okay, Silas is ready. Make him laugh.
Make him laugh. DC 13, please.
Okay. 12!
Bye.
So, what damage does that do again? That is a...
Here, I'll just paste it for you. There you go.
Yes, thank you. Everything is hilariously funny to him. Okay, so he gets knocked down, and he is just laughing. So he finds that joke hilarious. And let me give him something here. We'll just give this one, I guess. He is currently laughing and will not be able to fight next round. Until he gets to make another wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Right.
So
for my bonus action, actually, I
go right ahead.
Who's immediately evolved in combat in front of me is
That would be Caravan, yeah.
Kevin? Right. I will just sort of wave a hand at Caravan to inspire them and say, they got knocked down, so don't get up again. So, inspiration 1d4 plus 1, as I have sung to you, and I have a +1. There's a glowing tattoo that lights up along Marigold's throat in the shape of eagle's wings that fades after he sings.
Alrighty, so Caravan, you now have 1d4 plus 1 of inspiration.
At what cost, though?
A song
Get
stuck
used
in
to
your
it.
head. Alrighty, so Nalasi, who hasn't fought yet, kind of looks over to Silas and is disgusted. Like, it just has this look on his face like, I'm sorry? Like, you found that funny? I don't. And then, he goes in for a bite on Zasa. 14, does that hit?
It does. Did
All
you brush your teeth? That very rude.
Well, you're the one who's standing next to me, interfering with my business, and you, he just nommed on you basically. So, that is his turn. Well, actually, once he's done biting you, he does a little bit of a sidestep here. Doesn't really leave, but he does get closer to Kai, and he tries to attack with his scimitar. 12 for 5. I don't think that hits though.
No, it's 16.
Alrighty. So he goes to try and hit Kai, but just whiffs it. Alrighty. Shaho, you're up.
I'm gonna.
Oh wait,
fire
hold on.
another-
Kai, are you not in the?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure
Oh.
that out.
Oh, I just noticed we went a full round.
I'm last.
Okay, so yeah, we will go get you in there. So you're next. Go right now.
Okay, all right. I am going to I had actually kind of pulled out my war scepter when they started talking about somebody not leaving the place alive. So I'm going to attack with my war scepter.
Alrighty, go for it.
Alrighty. plus 4. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Then you definitely hit. Alrighty, roll your
Yeah.
damage.
Okay.
And you do get to double that.
Okay. All right. Oh wow. Oh, let's see. That is plus 4. That is 16 piercing damage.
Oh damn. Okay,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
you are gonna
That's a lot.
straight out just kill Nalasi. So you can describe this if you like.
Mhm.
I'll leave it to you. It is a crit. Or I can take over. Let me
Okay.
know.
Go for it.
Okay, so Kai brandish the war scepter. You said,
Yes.
and just
Mm.
like holds it tight and just rams forward, digging it into Nalasi's gut chest area. He makes kind of like a squeaky like ah, and then just just dies. Like he is literally just bleeding out on the floor. He's technically still living, but not really. He's in some bad shape. Okay.
She told you she was small but mighty.
Alrighty, Zasa, it is. Oh, correction, Shahu, it was your turn.
Hi, you are a good friend to have. And I will try for the remaining.
The laughing Silas.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
crit fail. Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
what I'm gonna have you do is roll a D100. You can do that from this little side panel. It just has like the die. If you see it there, if you don't see it, let me know because I can roll it for you as well. Okay, you're fine. Nothing bad happens. You just miss again. This one hits the table where the elf who's just ignoring everything is sitting. So you're good. Alrighty. So now it is Zasa's turn. The only person left standing is Silas, who is knocked over laughing still. He's now laughing at the death of his friend. Everything's funny. So you think?
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
I'll patch up the or
Mm.
start working on the Asati who is run through.
Okay.
Just-
So you're gonna try and stop him from dying.
yeah.
Okay.
That's sweet.
You're trying real hard,
No.
but
Trying so hard.
I feel kind of bad, so I don't know my own strength sometimes. So I'm gonna just a little lay on hands for one, just to get him like
okay. Okay.
yeah,
You totally
back
can.
conscious.
We'll
Yeah.
we'll do that once it resolves. He won't die
Yeah.
on his next
Okay,
turn,
all right,
so he's
all
okay.
right.
So you tried to help him, it didn't work.
Oh yeah, we're still in turn order.
Yeah,
Okay, cool, cool.
we
All
are
right.
still technically in turn order until you decide
Okay.
what you want to do with Silas. So it is Silas's
Gotcha.
turn. He gets to make another Wisdom saving throw. Oh, he crit fails. He still finds this all really hilarious. So he's giggling like a madman. He's clutching his belly. He's like rolling on the floor as his friend bleeds out beside him. And essentially it does seem like this combat is over, considering he's stuck laughing. So I am going to end combat. We are out of turn order. So if you do want to lay on hands on Nalasi, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I would also like one.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay. So just tell me how much I should add to these people.
I'll guess I'll do 2 each.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, goodness, you're bleeding.
Okay.
All
So
right, cool. All right, gotcha.
Nalasi's no longer dying. He's not looking great, but he's no longer dying. And Silas is still laughing his ass off. What are you gonna do now? Are you gonna question them, try and figure out what was going on? Or are you just gonna
Caravan's
leave them?
intention, unless somebody jumps in, is to just literally push them outside the door. She is bouncing them. They are done. They are cut off. They can't play nicely with others, and they're harshing her good time.
They're harshing her mellow.
So we should tie them up and turn them over to officials.
Sounds like
And
a
what
good
are they
plan.
going to do?
Mm.
Chide them? Oh, bad snake people, how dare you disrupt the peace? Go away with a slap on the wrist.
Is this one of
People
those
need to do
towns that
anything.
has a drunk tank?
I hadn't considered it, but with a prominent adventurer bar, sure, it has a drunk tank. Why not?
Yeah, then maybe we should turn them over. They've clearly had too much and they've gotten rowdy.
And you hear Nalasi being like, "We're not drunk." And he's just like groaning, holding his still bleeding chest like he's alive, but he's insisting he's not drunk. He's trying to talk to Silas. He's like,
That's what all the drunk people say.
You're not drunk, but would you rather be dead?
"No, of course not." And you see him like trying to like touch Silas, like shaking his shoulder, like, "Snap out of it, man."
It's a good thing that you're not drunk. Alcohol is a blood thinner. You would definitely be dead now.
Do any of you before you hand them over to the drunk tank, do you want to search them or disarm them or do anything to make sure they can't get out of whatever semblance of bounds you give them?
I think taking their weapons away. Drunk
Yeah.
people shouldn't have weapons, at least
Yeah.
in Caravan's mind.
How much do the scimitars weigh?
I don't think they're that heavy.
I'm just going to mage hand. One of
Okay,
them
yeah,
away.
I'll let you do that. That's fine. Okay, so
Fine
one
now.
scimitar is yours now.
Thank you.
And then as if someone's trying to remove it from Nalasi, you see him like kind of like holding onto it really tightly, like not wanting to give it up. But you also see that there is a piece of parchment sticking out of like his robe.
Have we bound these guys yet or no?
It's up to you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I like bound their hands real quick. And I'm actually gonna talk to him. I'm gonna ask him why are you trying to start trouble in this bar?
We didn't start the trouble. She did. And she's like, she does kind of do like a puff of air, like blows some hair out of her face, but she's not really like that. That's about the only interaction you get.
I'm gonna snatch the
pretty
parchment.
sure. Yeah, go ahead. I'm pretty sure I saw you pull your weapons and threatening her first. So
This is way beyond anything you have any idea of. And he starts
Then you
kind of
should
like
tell us. You should
wiggling
inform
around.
us. Give us data. Please elaborate.
I'm not just going to tell you. And
But
if you have the
If-
parchment, someone can choose to read it.
What is this?
you can't just say you don't know anything and then not give the information like that. That is a logical fallacy, sir.
Logical
elucidate.
fallacy? We're not going to get in that discussion right now. And whoever has the
Then why bring up the topic?
I didn't. And you see whoever has the parchment, you see that this is the text. Nalasi and Silas, we need more information. Find the elf and learn what she knows. It's no coincidence that she's here. If you don't return by nightfall, we will have no choice but to act. Maybe the nearby farmers have seen or heard something. They are untrained and unprepared for an assault. If they know anything, we will cut it out of them.
So is it written in common?
That would be written in Asathi. So if you don't know Asathi, you would have to hand it over to someone who reads it.
I don't know what this says.
Aha, yes.
Here you go.
Could you read it for me one more time, Corinne?
I can. Nalasi and Silas, we need more information. Find the elf and learn what she knows. It's no coincidence that she's here. If you don't return by nightfall, we will have no choice but to act. Maybe the nearby farmers have seen or heard something. They are untrained and unprepared for an assault. If they know anything, we will cut it out of them.
What does it say? What does it say?
Lean
I
over
translate.
and look at it. Oh. Well, actually, would you 2, 3, 4, I can't count. Would you give me a moment? And I'm going to actually slide off the table and saunter over towards the elf.
She does look up when you approach.
I will swap into Ane. Good evening. Sorry to trouble you. I was wondering what all of that was about.
Well, it's complicated.
Hmm.
I see you found their letter. I don't necessarily know what's in it, but I really just mean to go on my way. I'm not really privy to all of this.
Well, they seem to be causing trouble. I don't know if you heard the translation.
I I did. I It's not really my place to go about this. I do have business to attend to, but I can certainly let the authorities know. If you want to check it out, I'm sure that you handled yourselves well.
Well, we try. Is there anything I can do for
Oh,
you? That
good.
was rather trying.
No, no, I'm fine. It's
Hmm.
uh, they're hooligans, ruffians, nothing more. Uh, I I really I must go though. If you'll excuse me, and she kind of gently brushes past. She's
I let her go through.
she
As
steps over
I was
them.
gonna say, as
Okay.
she passes me, I just want to turn around. Are you all right? It seemed like they were getting like really in your face.
She just nods at you. She doesn't actually speak, and then just keeps
Okay,
going.
well, have a good night. Bye.
And she leaves.
Your hair looks nice.
But then she just kind of like hangs out under this tree, like she's still here.
Hmm.
She just
Oh, come back towards the group.
The one that I basically ran through, I want to talk to him real quick.
okay. So Nalasi.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
he's
Nalasi.
groaning on the ground, clutching his
Yeah.
stomach and chest, but he
Yeah.
is still conscious.
Okay. Um. So I am inclined to finish what I started. If you don't tell me the information you were trying to extract from that elf.
Oh well, I'm a little bit busy, and he's just kind of gestures down his own chest. But really, it's none of your business. And he kind of like rolls over and tries to like. I know his hands are tied, so he's just kind of like wiggling, trying to get over to Silas. It doesn't seem like he's gonna answer questions. You can, you know,
Yeah,
try and
I'll
scare
pull
him.
out my war scepter like I'm about to like finish finish what I started, and I'd say, You've got one more chance to let us know to tell us what you were trying to find out."
Whoa, whoa. I mean, you have the letter. That's all I know. They didn't give me more instructions. He seems like he might not be telling the truth.
Right? Yeah.
There
If
was a
it's
lot of
going to get
context
messy,
missing
maybe
from
we
the
want to
note.
go outside.
Yes. Let's take them outside. I agree with that.
Okay, so you take them outside.
Yeah.
We'll bring them out to
Yeah.
the front of the bar. Oop, grab Marigold. There we go. They are outside. Marcavius waves goodbye.
Okay.
Holds up a
Bye.
drink.
Thanks for the help.
So I go, I didn't really want to get it messy in there. So, um, tell me what you know, because I'm pretty sure you know something else.
Silas, help me out here. He he's still laughing, but I'm gonna let him try and do another saving throw to stop laughing, even though we're not in combat anymore.
Hideous laughter is up to a minute, so
Okay, so if we've been
Yeah,
a minute
sounds
out of
good.
combat, this will be his last one.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do it, then he'll be yeah, he still doesn't pass. So he's been laughing this entire time, but he is going to. This is kind of his last round of laughing. So he kind of starts to get his senses together. He's not giggling maniacally anymore. And he's like, Nalasi, we've really messed this up. Oh no, we've messed this up. Okay, we can't tell you anything. We've sworn an oath.
Who?
You
No, I just
got.
said otherwise.
It's magical. I can't give more
Ooh,
information.
what if instead of telling us, you like did like a pantomime, or you could, if you wrote it down, could you do that? She's like standing on the back, kind of leaning against where the door is. She grabbed one of the drinks that was from that last round that was brought out.
It's pretty complicated to describe via pantomime. Nalasi, help me out here. And Nalasi's like, okay. You have the letter. Uh, the sun's going down. Okay, the sun is starting to set, and if we don't get back, bad things are gonna happen. You see that, right?
Yeah.
Has bad things already not happened to you?
Not to us. I mean, you care about these farmers and simple folk, right?
No.
I don't know them, but they're probably chill.
They're an essential part of the economy and livelihood.
Sure. Exactly. They're important for the economy. If you see in that note that if we don't get back before sundown, uh, they're gonna attack them, right?
Mhm.
And the sun
The
is going
people
down.
you swore an oath to
Okay.
are going to attack?
Other people with other oaths. There's lots of oaths.
Is he
Mhm.
telling the truth?
He is stretching the truth, you think, but he's not necessarily lying either. It does seem legitimate that there is something that's going to happen based on that note, and there are other people that are going to do something.
I'm
Is
going
there
to
any
just...
guards or anything around?
Not really. It seems like the guards kind of steer clear of this tavern.
I'm going to pull out my bagpipes.
I forgot about the bagpipes.
Torture.
Yeah, you have the right idea, actually. And I go and I stand between them, and I look down at them. Right. I'm only going to do this once, if you do this right. We can do this the hard way or the easy way. And I unleash all hell on the bagpipes. It is very apparent Marigold does not actually know how to play them. They are surely an instrument of terror. The most unearthly, godly, wailing, screeching howl of this fiendish instrument blasts down at them. To intimidate them, please.
Okay, roll to intimidate.
What did you give me on
Um, you can roll intimidation with your bagpipes, just because you're that awful. So it'd be whatever your usual modifiers are to do like spells with
Sure.
instruments. I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Alright, so that'll be my charisma mod.
yeah, your charisma mod to do intimidation with your bagpipes.
11.
11. So it's loud. It's not particularly finessed, but it is loud. And you see that Silas isn't really giving anything up, but Nalasi is like cringing away. And Nalasi's like, fine, just stop.
Yes?
And once you stop, he's like, Mormo. We swore an oath to Mormo. That's all I can say. It has to do with Mormo.
Zasa, was it? Who's Mormo? You seem to know things.
Zasa, you do know things about Mormo. Do you know enough about Mormo, or should I tell you about Mormo so you can tell everybody?
You should go ahead and do the thing.
Okay. So Mormo is otherwise known as the Hag Queen. She is the Titan of Poison, and is considered to be the patron of witches and assassins. She is the creator of the Asathi. She's the one who created them, but she is a what's I'm looking for, like a disgraced Titan. She was defeated during the war, and that she was split into pieces. That doesn't stop her from being sentient, as Titans can live through basically anything, but she's not actively influencing the world. She's more of a thing that affects the world now. It's kind of like how the Blood Sea has a Titan down at the bottom that makes it the Blood Sea. She's around, but she hasn't actively been doing anything because she's literally in pieces.
Well, Zasa, what do you know?
I'll basically regurgitate that, but also throw in that she's the mother of my kind. She's mother of lizards.
Okay. Well,
So,
doesn't seem like we're getting much more information out of these two.
Zasa,
So-
is your mother a bad person?
What a loaded question.
I really.
I
think
mean,
that's
she
more
didn't
knuckle.
beat me directly, but
Oh, wow.
it was beatings were distributed by mother. Yes.
Oh.
Um,
Sounds unpleasant.
you see Silas and Nalasi like nodding along, like, yeah, she can be kind of harsh. But as you're kind of figuring this out, you do finally see some guards pass by, like they're doing like a nightly before nightfall patrol around the city, and they see you surrounding a couple of bound Asathi, and they have some questions. So two guards step up. One has like his hand on like a baton, as if he's like ready to draw it, even though it's just a baton, like it's not going to do that much damage. And the other, has his hands on his hips, looking very sheriffy.
It's okay. I've got this.
Well, what?
Small but mighty.
The guard who was just about to speak is like, oh, all right. I was gonna ask what was going on here.
Good evening. These two were causing a bit of violence in the tavern earlier. We were just taking care of it. I'm sorry, this is Rune goofing, not Marigold. What did the elf tell me about talking to the authorities about this whole shenanigans?
I think she said that it, like, you can kind of pass these two over, but it is a case of where the authorities probably shouldn't be clued into what's going on. It's a very, like, kind of, when somebody's in the know on something and it's kind of a big conspiracy sort of deal, you don't want the authorities knowing. That's kind of the vibe you got from her, is that
Thank you.
bringing standard authorities in probably isn't going to help anything.
Anyway, we've tied them up for you, and they're not dead yet. So, do whatever it is
That
you
one
do
is
with the drunken
bleeding.
disorderly. This one's had a bit too much in his cups this evening, so I think you might want to toss him in a cell to, sober up for a bit.
I would like you to roll a persuasion.
Oh wait, I'm a bard!
You are a bard.
I was wondering you made that noise. Like, great, you're the person for this.
Right!
We
I
played this
usually play
well.
wizards.
You've got this.
Persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
I can't see shit. Oh, I don't have why do I not have
Well, if you don't have persuasion, you can just roll a charisma check. Oh,
Persuasion is good
All
to
right,
go.
you're okay. So the guard is like, "Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?"
You might.
And-
I've been known to play around the area.
Oh, my daughter loves your work. And he pulls
Sweet.
out a little parchment and he's like, I know I'm on duty. I shouldn't be doing this,
No,
but
it's fine. Here, do you have a quill?
I do. And he shuffles around in a pouch and he pulls out the quill. Here you go. Please. Can you put that to Lila?
Lila. How do you spell that? L-I...
Lila. We keep it simple.
To Lila. All right. And I sign my name with a beautiful little quick drawing of a marigold flower at the end of it and pass it back with a flourish. I'm so flattered. Thank you so much. I don't know why people recognize me. I don't really stand out.
Well, thank you so much,
problem.
Mr. Marigold. You can't
course.
even. Hey, Frank, get these two scoundrels, and you see who you
Thank
assume
you
is
so
Frank.
much.
To start taking these fellas away.
Marigold, are you like really famous or something?
Yeah, well, I drift here and there.
I mean,
Play a bit
everybody
of
seems
music.
really excited about you.
What was your name, darling?
Caravan, I told you that already.
I know, I have a horrible memory for names. Kevin.
I've been told if you repeat names like 3 times really quickly, it'll stick in your memory. So maybe you should just say it a bunch really fast.
Kevin. I think
That
I
is
got it,
not
Kevin.
fast.
No, it wasn't, but it puts it in my mind. My mind thinks in music, darling, so it's a
Okay.
bit easier than just talking.
Okay.
Kevin, I absolutely forgot what I was going to tell you.
Man, your memory is really bad.
It's absolutely appalling because I did not sleep last night. Oh, famous, yes, a little, but you know, I don't like to brag.
Hmm.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a lovely evening. Please stay safe. You know, the streets are just so dangerous.
Oh, of course. No worries. You know, we'll get these two, put them away, and then we'll finish our route. Thank you again. And you see them, kind of shuffle off. They head off. So you do have the letter that says outside of town somewhere. There is somebody who's going to do something bad to some farmers. Which is, probably bad. It's also a way to get more information. You do probably need to hurry there, though, because it was at sunset, and the sun is currently setting.
Guys, should we do something about the farmers, or should we go get a bucket for the octopus guy?
You can do both.
Priorities.
You can do both.
We
Maybe
can.
one of the farmers has a bucket. We might well be willing to trade.
That's a good idea.
That's a really good thought. You're so
Yeah.
smart.
Oh no, thank you.
It would be nice to redeem myself in battle.
But you did fine.
No, I didn't.
But no, you're fine. Look, everybody has bad days. One time I was performing and I absolutely just belched right in the middle of a song. Everybody has days, darling.
Thanks, Marigold.
Of course. I am positive you're more than capable. So let's go save some people. Daring do heroics. Probably not die in the process, I hope. Anybody have a hairbrush? This wind is appalling.
Alrighty, so as
Good.
you start making your way away from the tavern, you do see that, there's the lights are kind of going on in the city, but you do see, back out where the farms are, where there's usually not very much light, there is a campfire going. You can assume that this could be the encampment that you're looking for, because it is amongst the farmers. But from far away, you can't really see much. If you want to try and sneak up, you can. Otherwise, the option is to just go in guns a-blazing.
Well.
Caravan's not inclined to sneak unless someone points it out to her. She's ready to just trot on obliviously in there.
I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover. So how do we go about this? Who's good at fighting? You two, right? Kai and...
Usually pretty good at fighting, I guess. But I'm not very stealthy, and I do like a little shimmy. You can hear my plate armor.
Maybe you and I could go in there and try to talk to them, and then everybody else could be quiet about it in case things go bad, and they could jump in.
Shaho,
I
you
can
look
try and
fast.
cover from the rear.
Are you good with what? Do you long range bows?
I prefer using a bows, but I can be quite vicious up front.
And Zasa, what is it you do? Are you? I mean, you have a fine hat, but that's not anything.
Style points.
I mostly just know things, but occasionally I can melt people. So I suppose I should melt somebody.
All right, let's see here. Shaho and Zasa should probably cover a rear. That way you don't get caught in the middle of things because you don't look like you can really take a hit. No offense, darling. And
I can't. I really can't.
Neither can I. I just mostly talk and look beautiful.
You're doing a good job of both. A+.
Thank you. Kevin and Kai, I think, are going to constitute our front line. You both look fast and strong, so...
Well, thank
Sounds
you.
good to me.
That's so nice.
Let's go.
I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway.
All right, so as you leave town, you do get closer to the encampment, and from afar, you can see that there are more Asathi here. They are dressed very similarly to Nalasi and Silas, so it is fair to assume that they're all part of the same weird cult, or they just shop at the same store. you know, you can kind of take from that what you will. Maybe they went to Asathi RS or something.
It's a reputable brand.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's well known throughout all of Skarn, Asathi RS. And so they don't notice you right now. But as you get closer, they will notice. So I'll say you're all probably right here. Which is probably farther. You're farther away than you seem right now. So if you are going to go in guns a blazing, do so. Otherwise, you can try something different.
I have an idea.
Let's see.
What is your idea before I do my awful thing?
Well, my thing is getting people's attention, right? As we're walking towards the camp. I get their attention, you go punch them.
Sure, you know what? I think what you should do? You should play your bagpipes again. It's quite
Oh.
painful, but I love it.
I think that sounds like a fantastic idea. So, Sasa and Shaho will flank around. You two will punch faces, and I will be a diversion.
Alrighty, so play your bagpipes. Roll just a d20 or a d20 plus your charisma.
Yeehaw.
And tell me how great you are at these bagpipes.
It's the worst. If I roll really badly, does that mean it's scarier?
We'll see. Depends on how bad it is.
I'm just can I roll performance, or do you want just d20 plus charisma?
You can roll performance since you are performing.
The answer is
It's pretty bad.
oh no.
So there's just this cacophony. Like it's just like and it doesn't even really sound like bagpipes. Like it's bagpipes clearly, but it's not good bagpipes. And you see the three Asathi, like, who were just having a normal chat, like getting ready to go to battle, and they all turn around and look at you, and they're very confused at first. But they do assume this is an attack, because they don't know what else it would be with that kind of auditory, background. So they start looking like they're going to fight. So everybody roll for initiative.
As they're starting to pull out their weapons, Caravan's just gonna call out, "Is this the Oath Takers meeting?"
Yeah, the Oath Takers meeting, where we take oaths.
I'll take 2.
You see Cecil is like
Why
has
am
like
I so bad at selecting my token?
because you're struggling. Okay, is everybody we are still missing, are we missing anybody? Wait, we're missing Shaho. Boop. And you got an 18.17. Okay. So I'm just gonna roll this again for you. What'd you get?
18.17.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna put the 18.17. You're not gonna get to do a nat 20 both
That's
times.
fine.
You're cool, but I don't know if you're that cool. Okay, let me just organize this. Okay, so Cecil is first. You see Cecil step up. He is very confused, but he is ready to party. And he goes for the one making the weird loud noises. Because it's a lot of sound. So Cecil pulls out his scimitar and tries to go for the good old stab. So 15 for 3.
Ow, my dignity.
So he hits you. And then he's like, "What are you doing here?" Shaho, you're up.
I'm going to strafe this way to not shoot towards any of my newfound companions.
Probably a good idea.
And I'm not even gonna talk. We're just gonna let a arrow fly, and I'm gonna roll it.
I believe in you.
Oh my god. All right. I don't think what I add to it is gonna
Yeah, I don't think
make
that'll
most
help.
difference. No.
But
+5. Sweet.
so the arrow like goes right by his head, digs into the ground, but doesn't hit. You got some bad luck today, but that's okay. Marigold, you're up.
Right, so I'm going to cease playing my bagpipes, gesture elegantly through the air, point at them and sing, "Curse in your face, and I'm to blame. I'll give you a bad bane," and I cast Bane on them. So they have to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Get used to this.
I love
I
it.
swear.
Yes.
Okay.
I refuse.
So what is the DC 13?
It is 13 because we're level 1.
Yes, we are right now. Okay, so Cecil got past it. But was that for multiple people or just one?
It's 3, up to 3.
Okay, so each one of them have to roll.
Yes.
15. Okay.
Oh, fuck off.
Come on, Tessel. Come on.
Fail.
Fail, Tessel.
Oh!
Oh!
Apparently I did.
Wait.
I tried.
That says initiative.
Oh,
That's
that one I
initiative.
rolled initiative. I accidentally clicked that. Let's try it again. Let's see.
Still a chance.
Oh,
No!
he did even better. They were not impressed. I was impressed.
Not one of my finer performances.
They were not impressed. They are not fans of Marigold. They do not have your poster on their wall. Okay.
It's a nice one.
It is. It's quite well made.
Lots of paper.
So you see Sammy shrug that off, and he is going to cross the distance here and go for Kai. He's going to try and bite. Oh, he crit fails.
You
So
get nothing but metal.
he bites metal, and let me roll a d100. A 64. Okay, it's over 50%, so nothing bad happens to him. He just gets a mouthful of metal. But he does also try and go in with a scimitar. 19 for 7.
Ouch.
He's
That one.
he's pretty serious.
Yep.
Okay, so that is his turn, and then Kai, it is your turn. You are up.
Alrighty. I am going to attack with. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna take out the War Scepter again. It did pretty good last time.
It did really well last time. Okay, a 12
Oh, not as great this time.
does not hit, but it glances off of Sammy. Was that the one you're going for?
Yeah.
It glances off of Sammy's armor. Alrighty, Zasa, you are up.
You over there in the back. Why are druids so popular? Because there's nothing they wouldn't do for their friends.
Okay, let's do that wisdom save.
I love this spell, by the way. Hiromi.
7!
Yes!
He is down. He is laughing like a big old dork. There we go. He is on the ground laughing and is basically not in this combat. He will get to re-roll his wisdom saves, but he's basically out. Okay, Caravan.
Okay, I need time to recover from these awful, awful puns. Okay, I
Proud of
will.
them.
I will scoot over, flank this guy with my fellow frontline friends. I'm just gonna turn up and I'm gonna give him a little slap on the back.
A little slappy slap.
Yeah, like I'm trying to burp him. Let's see what happens. That's a 16.
That hits.
I slashed that bad boy for 6 points of damage.
Let me get rid of those 6. He's hurting. That was a good slash.
Thank you.
Okay, it's Tessel's turn. So he does get to try and wisdom save. 4. He's not getting up. He finds all of this really funny. He's like, you tried to burp him. It's now Cecil's turn. which Cecil is the one who got hit. Okay, so Cecil is going to turn around. He's very much in a pickle right now, and he is going to try and hit you, Caravan. So, 19. I'm pretty sure that hits.
That will hit
Okay, so that is for 8.
for 8. Okay. And then I need to make a wisdom save.
Yes, you do.
And I fail.
You can.
She looks unreasonably mad at what is, she could take a little bit of a hit. That kind of hurt. She looks pissed. Really, really pissed.
Cecil's like, I'm sorry? Shaho, you're up.
All right, let's keep going after Cecil.
Oh, and he is down.
Yay!
Nice.
I'll actually do that on the field. Yay!
Okay, so let me just mark him as.
Oh, no, wasn't in there.
Oh, boop. There we go. He's down. Okay, so Cecil goes down. And then Marigold, you're up.
I've been stabbed. Ugh, the nerve. Right, so this fellow in front of me is down. Right. You know what? I'm actually going to just step forward and attempt to rapier this person, snake person, in the chest, because how dare he?
How dare?
How dare?
How dare? Can you get him?
We'll find out. Stab!
You get him!
Oops.
So your blade goes like into his shoulder, and he's like, "Ah, that was my favorite shoulder." And you don't know why he has a favorite shoulder, but
And this is my favorite shirt, but apparently we're all stabbing each other now because we can't talk like civilized creatures.
you came into our camp, and it is Sammy's turn. So Sammy is feeling a little bit cornered here. He's going to back up. And yes, this is what he's gonna do. He instead of holding out the hand that has the scimitar in it, he holds out his open palm and poison sprays right towards you, Marigold. DC 11.
Sure. Con, yes, con.
Yeah, it would be con.
15.
Oh,
Ah.
you're good. So, you're fine. The poison kind of mists over you, and you're like, I
Flicker
thought,
fan.
yeah. You're like, oh well.
It's poison spray, not poison spray. What are you doing?
And he then backs up again. He's feeling a little bit cornered here. Kai, your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Backed up now. I'm gonna pull a javelin real quick.
Okay.
And toss it his way.
It goes past him. It
Oh, man.
burrows into like the sleeping bag behind him. Alrighty, Zasa, you're up.
Well, I guess it's time to melt your face.
Do it.
Oh, sorry.
DC 13
That's-
Dex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think 60 feet.
Yeah.
It does. Do you choose where that goes? Because if not, your party will have to save as well, unless you move first.
The target is one creature.
Okay,
or
so-
two if they're close enough. Sorry, I should have done that.
Alrighty.
No, that's still not helpful. Damn it.
That's all right. We'll go with the 6. That was the better one. So I will just do a dexterity save for Sammy. Oh, he's able to jump around it.
Wow.
He's a. I mean, they are very dexterous. So, okay, Caravan, you're up.
I am up, but the guy who rudely hit me is dead. So let me see if I'm still super pissed about it or if I recognize that nobody else has hurt me. Some of their wisdom save. I'm good. I feel better now. She takes a deep breath. uses some of the calming techniques that her friend has taught her. And she's going to. This guy is still here, though. She looks really bad, but she's, gonna get in there.
Okay.
That's how she do. She's gonna walk up and try to slap this guy.
You slap him.
I slap him.
Oh, you miss him.
I miss him with my slap.
Yeah, I mean, you get his armor, like the scale mail that's under his robes, but
Oh, that feeling is awful.
yeah, it's nails on a chalkboard. Nails on a chalkboard. Alrighty, it is Tessel's turn. He gets to try and save again. He is still laughing.
Nothing they wouldn't do.
All right, it is Cecil's turn. Cecil is on the ground, so he is out. Shaho.
You could just try giving up.
I'll never give up. Never surrender.
Okay, have it your way.
Oof.
Alrighty, so that does not hit, but it's not so bad that it hits Caravan or anything like that. It just whoop goes right by, like right there. Marigold.
Sorry, Caravan.
Right.
That sleeping bag is getting fucked up.
Yeah,
This
it's a
guy's
panda
still
cushion.
alive, yes?
Yes, Sammy is still up.
Right. Okay. I'm going to step forward 10 feet and stab him again.
Stab.
Stab.
Oh.
That's a natural one.
Okay, so roll a D100.
Yep.
Okay, you're fine. You're over 50. So you just miss him. You maybe get a little close to Caravan, but you don't actually hit her.
Okay. And for a bonus action, I will look over at Caravan and think for half a second, like that split second in battle. Your hair looks lovely today. Inspiration.
Thank you. Also, everybody, you're getting way too close to me with your hits. I need you to concentrate, please. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry.
I apologize.
Get it together. Tighten up.
Okay, so Sammy is feeling very boxed in right now. He takes he's not thinking clearly. He steps backwards away, but he is not disengaging. So Caravan, you do get to make an attack of opportunity.
I absolutely would like to.
As well?
He hasn't, well, he is going to leave all the way, so you both can try.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
That's my roll. I do want to add the inspiration to that.
Okay. Okay, the rapier definitely hits, and then roll your inspiration.
13.
Okay, so you miss with your claws, Caravan, but Marigold is there, coming in clutch, and you dice him to ribbons. He had exactly 10 hit points left, and he drops.
Nice.
Can
So-
I specify that that's non-lethal?
You can. You can.
I'm gonna stab him, like, in the thigh, so he crumples, and then just smack him upside the head with the hilt of the rapier. I don't want to kill him.
Okay. Okay, so he's still alive. He's bleeding, but he's not dying. Here, I'll give him a something a little bit different. We'll give him
face.
that one. There we go. Okay, so these two are incapacitated, but not dead. Cecil? Yeah, Cecil is unconscious, not dead, but, basically dying. But as this battle wraps up, like, you are in the clear. It seems nobody else is coming. These, they didn't seem to have backup. But you do see movement in the trees on the outside of camp. And
Monkeys?
I'm going to say Marigold does not notice because he's too busy making sure he didn't kill that person.
let me bring this forward to the token layer. And you see your friend from the bar show up again.
Hey.
She kind of looks over, what you've done. It seems she was probably watching from the forest. But as she, walks towards you, the tree that had been standing outside the bar is following her, and you realize it's not just a tree. Um, it is animated in some way, like it is, following her around. Um, I've named it Groot, so its name is Groot. Uh,
Does it have the cat inside of its branches?
no, that was the other tree. But we can always go back for the cat later. Don't worry. So give me one moment here. So as she gets near, you see her clap. You handled yourselves well. I'm impressed. You're untested, but you have promise. Whereas before she was only speaking, in, the kind of classy Elvish. She is speaking Ledian now, so all of you can understand. And then she says, I have a favor to ask, if I may. And that is it for today. We'll find out what that favor is next week.
Hey.
So how that was the first session. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me move us to the non-map screen because we don't need this anymore. Boop, boop. Alrighty. You all did great. I had a great time. So we do have a drawing that we're doing. So let me get this up here. So the winner is going to be drawn for the copy of the Scarred Lands Player's Guide, seen right here.
Ooh,
It is a fancy book, and I like it a lot. So if you do get it, congratulations. If you are a non-U.S. resident, then you will get a PDF and a PDF of the Youngman's Guide as well, the part 1. So I think Travis is working on drawing the winner right now, so he's got to wait. But
In the book, be small but mighty.
yes, small but mighty. I hope you all. Hey, Rune, you win.
What?
You won it.
Good night, I guess.
But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Before we go for real, we are going to have everybody go around, say a little bit about themselves and where you can find them. So we'll start with Rune, who is the winner. Tell us about yourself and where we can find you.
Hey guys, there's my voice. I found it again. Hey guys, I'm Rune. I make lots and lots and lots of art. I freelance with Cubicle 7. You can find me on Twitter at RuneSale, making art. You can also find me on my Sunday stream with the Unnamed Few, playing a homebrew 5e game, and Mondays with Goldheart Group, also playing 5e with Descent into Avernus, and here. So yeah, thank you.
Very nice, very nice. Alrighty then. Up next we have Candy. Where can we find you?
Yes, I am actually the DM for the Dicey Amazons. Our next stream is going to be tomorrow at 11 a.m. on our Twitch channel. But we're pretty much all over social media as Dicey Amazons. So if you want to find us there, you can.
Alrighty, very good. Shawnee, you're up next.
I am Shawnee. You can catch me on social media at Showcat Cosplay because I do a lot of cosplay. Yeah, that's it.
Very nice, very nice. Megan.
Hello again. Almost goodbye. My name is Megan. I am a nerd. You can find me here and on Twitter at Megan is a nerd. I will be here next week and every Saturday for quite some time. My main home is the Chromatic Chimera, where I play every other Wednesday on Steam Spell and the first Tuesday of every month on Elsewhere.
All right, thank you very much. Alrighty, Hiromi.
I'm Hiromi again. I don't have any other streams. This is my first, so yay. You can find me on social media as well as hiromikoda.com. I am a freelance RPG writer, and I'm on the Scarred Lands team, but the book that I'm working on is going to be probably like a year or so out. So don't hold your breath for it. It's coming, but you will die of asphyxiation before it comes out.
Yes, please don't hold your breath until then, everybody.
There are other books that you can buy now, though.
Yes, there are other books. Alrighty, thank you very much, everyone. I am Corinne. You can usually find me on Roll the Roll or at Manic Pixie Girl on Twitter. I play lots of tabletop RPGs, and I now run this, and that's basically where you can find me. But yeah, remember that you can get a physical copy of the Scarred Lands book at Indie Press Revolution, or you can also get PDFs on Drive-Thru RPG. It's a very cool setting, and we're having a lot of fun with it. So, get a book, join us. It'll be a good time. I think that is it for the day. I hope everyone has a nice night, and we will see you next Saturday. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, let me actually do this. Boop. And boop. This will take a
Dragon
moment.
hat.
Just look at the dragon hat, everybody.
I'm just gonna wiggle the dragon until we go off.